Hello everyone, welcome back to Wednesday Fitness. Today I'm going to share with you guys 3 leg exercises to work your quads. Oftentimes many of us have a very busy schedule, so we don't always get a chance to get to the gym and to have access to all of their leg equipment. And instead of just doing the normal body weight exercises, which is maybe calf raises or just doing squats for a millionth time, let's go ahead and do something that's a little bit more effective that's going to target these quads in a different way. Now, if you have a hard time doing them on the floor, you can definitely do them slightly elevated. You can do it on your bed. It might be a little bit unstable because of the fact that you don't have a straight or steady platform, but then that's going to activate other muscle groups to compensate for, trying to keep you stable. However, doing it on the floor is much better and much safer. So let's get into our 3 leg exercises to work the quads. So our first one we're gonna do are just alternate leg lifts. You're gonna lean back. You can go ahead and stretch your hands or keep your chest up and have your hands flat behind you. Some people like to do the fingertips, whichever is more comfortable, or you can have them up here. I would say this is definitely much more advanced, and you have to have a really good strong core for this one. The most important thing is to make sure that you tighten your quads, meaning you're contracting them and not just loosely lifting, because if you loosely lift, you're going to put a lot of tension in the back of those knees and into a lot of the ligaments here. But if you contract your quads, you're going to really feel that muscle working, and that's the muscle group that we really want to target. And we also don't want to put too much pressure on the hip flexors. So as we're contracting, we're removing all of that pressure and bringing it mainly into the quads. So again, we're gonna pull in our belly button towards our spine. We're gonna take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale. You can place your hands behind you with a slight lean, and you're just gonna lift straight up. You can point your toes if you want to, or if you wanna flare it out and feel a little bit of your calves, you can do that too. It is up to you. It does change a little bit of what muscles you're straining, which this one will be much more of the hamstrings. And if you point your toes, you're definitely gonna feel it right on top of the shin, and you're gonna feel your quads a bit more. So you're just gonna lift up, inhaling, exhaling through. I would say do about 10 to 12 reps of these, and you could do a couple of sets, okay? And then once you're done with them, you're definitely gonna feel it, especially if you're continuing to maintain that contraction into your quads, okay? The second exercise is, of course, doubling both legs. So we're going to put both legs together. You're going to inhale, exhale, lean back slightly, okay? And the lean back is to just help that spine so we're not curving. We don't want to be here trying to lift. That has not, one, that's bad posture. Second of all, we don't want to end up stressing our back. So we want that flared up and have a nice, good posture here, and contracting both quads. Inhaling and exhaling through. You can alternate if you want to, whichever version you want, or it's doubling them up. So inhaling, exhaling, leaning back and up. And it's very important that you follow your breathing, because that's going to affect how much oxygen is going to get back into your body. And remember, the more oxygen you get to the muscles, the more endurance that you're building. So again, inhaling, exhaling. So we exhale on the up. Inhale, exhale. Again, do between 10 to 12 reps of these and do multiple sets. All right, the last one is probably one of my favorites. It's one that many of my clients dislike the most, but it really works these quads a lot. These I just call tabletop squats, because it's kind of like you're making a table out of your body, and you want to make sure that your wrist is always aligned to your shoulder and that your knees are aligned to your hip. You want to make sure you take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and you want to make sure that your spine is flat, okay? So we're not arching our back like a cat-cow. We're just going to keep it steady here. Inhale, exhale, lift the knees up off the ground. As you can see, there's a little space there. And we're going to drop our hip down towards our heels, and then we're coming right back up and maintaining that same alignment, kind of like we're creating a table out of our bodies. And then back down, inhale, exhale. And really important, what I see a lot of times that people do is they will start to bring their knees up like this, and they'll bring their head up. We don't want to do that. We actually just want, it's a little tiny movement to allow for that contraction in the quads and to make them work, okay? And also this can be a great alternative if some people have a hard time doing squats as well. So inhale, exhale through here, making sure we're coming back and bringing our hands right above, bringing our wrist underneath the shoulders again. Okay, inhale, exhale. Okay, good job. And there you have it. Awesome. Well, would love to hear what you guys thought about those 3 exercises. And if you tried them out, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear how that worked out for you. And with that said, guys, may you live, thrive, and be healthy. If any of these videos have helped you, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care. See you later. Bye.